Our storm vermin will do okay against the black orcs, but not even with the buffs that they get from Queek. This is going to be a really good test, actually. Let me put it like that. This is going to be a good test of how our storm vermin with the buffs that Queek gives them can fare against good black orc units. Not exactly the best test of us against their black orcs, huh? Alright, well, I did the best I could to make that a real fight, but unfortunately the enemy just melted away. They were overwhelmed by the mighty Skaven forces arrayed against them, more like they were terrified of the massive numbers of their enemy, and they scattered to the hills. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. For anyone new, I play games for the storytelling and challenge, which generally means taking my time, trying to stay thematic, and avoiding exploits. If you prefer min-maxing or speeding through content, then my stuff may not be for you, although you're welcome to join us for a while to find out. In Total War Warhammer, that means using some mods to try to make the campaign and battles slower and harder, to try to fit the brutal world of Warhammer, and also fighting all but the most lopsided battles manually. There's a link in the description to all the mods we're using and why, and another to the Steam Workshop page where you can subscribe to all these mods with one click. For this campaign, we are playing as Queek Headtaker, who is interested in fighting, in bullying others, and in feeding, not necessarily in that order. In particular, he wants to fight every lord and hero he comes across to add to his collection and fame. He has a furious temper, so we will be taking note of any factions that do us dirty in this campaign. Lastly, Queek also wants to capture Karak 8 Peaks, and if that just happens to be a stepping stone on the way to more war, more glory, and world domination, then that's alright too. Alrighty, so following up on last episode, we allowed, well, I shouldn't say allow, we had no choice, but to allow the vile greenskins here, the Crookhoods tribe, to take Sump Pit from us, which is, quite frankly, not that big of a deal. But what that means is we're basically in a position now to execute a 3-step plan for the next few turns. Step 1 is we're going to retake Sump Pit with these two armies. So we've got Queek over here. We've got Pestlikich right over here. We're just going to bring the two of them as fast as they can get over, well, as fast as Queek can get over there. We're going to bring the two of them against Sump Pit. We're going to retake this, hopefully destroying this army in the process. It's probably too strong of an army for Pestlikich to take on by himself, but certainly the combined might of our two armies should have no trouble with it. I would like to try to retake Sump Pit before it gets a chance to build like the garrison building in here in particular, but we'll get there pretty soon. It's even if they do get the garrison building up, I think that we'll still be able to take it without too much trouble. So that's step 1. Let's call that step 1A is to take Sump Pit, 1B is to destroy the army. And then step 2 is going to be to start heading up this way. Once this is secured, we'll head up this way. We're going to destroy this army of Gerhardt in the process. It's not actively raiding us right now, but he's obviously going to just continue to be a nuisance. He's parked right on top of Karak Azul. He's not strong enough to attack it, but he's too strong for Mika to destroy by himself. But again, with our combined forces, we shouldn't have too much trouble knocking him out. And then step 3 is we're going to march with mighty Über-Queek's army over here, and we're going to take Karak 8 Peaks. Now, the only complication that I'm a little bit concerned about with that is that, of course, Skarsnik here is, I believe he's also at war. I don't see why he wouldn't also be at war with the Crookhoods tribe. So let's take a look here at Skarsnik. He is indeed. He's also at war with Thorgrim, which is good. Hopefully he'll be distracted by Thorgrim. He did kind of annoy me a little bit here in terms of taking Valea's Sorrow one turn before we could get there. Which, you know, it weakens our enemy, so it's not all bad, but I did kind of want to take that ourselves. But in any case, if for some reason he should attack and take Karak 8 Peaks before us, well, then we're just going to have to declare war on Skarsnik and take it from him. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't think that's likely. This army is not strong enough to take this on its own, I don't think. And if the two of them fight each other, quite frankly, it would weaken both of them, and that could work to our advantage anyway. So that's the strategy moving forward. So let's go ahead and do our usual here of looking through our event messages, just to make sure I'm not forgetting anything important. We did get some Winds of Magic. That's less great for Queek than it is for other factions, but it's not nothing. Okay, and then we have our Cunning Agent here getting a rank, so let's go ahead and apply that. We want to continue to make him primarily a field agent type of a person. Let's go ahead and just look at what our chances are at doing an assassinate. 54% for only 274 gold. That might be worth trying, quite frankly. Here, he can't reach this guy, unfortunately. That's a little bit too bad. Same thing there, 54%. Here, if we tried to assassinate 47%, 364 gold, it would get rid of a Goblin Big Boss. That might be worth trying, quite frankly. 47%. How do I... It's cheap enough that I don't feel like it's that big of a loss to do it. 61% is a little bit better. I'm going to do it. You know, I've had way too much success in a couple of campaigns recently when it comes to field agents, so it's time to go ahead and get the good streak over with and get back to my usual, which is a bad streak. So let's just look to see what are his chances of being wounded. 5% versus 47%. Let's do it. Success. Oh my goodness. Wow. Alrighty. It's a good start. Good start to the episode. We just took out a level 8. That, I mean, quite frankly, was the Skaven, because we have so much trouble dealing damage, that's really nice to get rid of an orc hero. So let's go ahead and get Queek moving as fast as possible. I think he's going to be close enough now where he should be able to... Yeah, oh yeah, he'll be able to reach this to help reinforce a battle over here next turn. So I think, can we reach... If I switch to this stance, we cannot quite reach to do any raiding. That's unfortunate, but if we can't reach to do any raiding, and we can't... and we don't want to go into march stance, obviously, we might as well... Well, I need to make sure that I'm close enough, at least, to be able to go to attack it. So let's move to here. If he comes out... If he comes out to attack us, we can retreat and be... I'm pretty sure we would retreat in the direction of Queek. So I think that's going to be safe. Alright. Fair enough. He is recruiting, which is a little bit unfortunate. I don't like how quickly the greenskins can recruit, but it's all good. Meanwhile, we are leaving all of our southern majority of our empire here undefended with respect to armies, but we're going to have a slightly better garrison here when this finishes. We'll try to build the garrison building here. We've got a garrison building in Misty Mountain already. We've got... Karak Azul is obviously quite strong. Never mind, that's in the north anyway. Right here, we've got Crooked Fang Fort. We want to go ahead and build a defense building here, so at least I no longer have to worry about keeping an army anywhere close to here. Once that is built, Crooked Fang Fort will be in pretty good shape in terms of getting attacked from almost anyone. Dringo Rakaz, and we're on the way to getting Spike Peak Garrison as well. So as long as we just keep building our garrison buildings, we can continue to use our armies up here where they are most needed, attacking offensively instead of keeping them down here to defend. So that's going to be good. Garrison Lord not moved. Yeah, we're just going to keep him right there for now. I don't want to abandon Karakazul. I want to have the option to be able to launch an attack against Gerhardt as soon as we can get some reinforcing armies to help out. Okay, research available. What do we want? Hit and run is always something that's good. Intensive training is something that I will eventually want, but it's not a priority. Same thing for abduct promising candidates. Now the thing is, I do want eyes everywhere, which increases our ambush success chance, and to get that we have to go through abduct promising candidates. And exotic martial arts is a nice to have, but it's not a priority. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Recruit rank for chieftains and leadership per chief for clan rats. That's pretty good. Take everything is not bad. And set examples as leadership for everybody. So we want leadership for everybody. Then we'll probably take the cadre of hench rats, then take everything. Okay. Alrighty, let's take a look here at our diplomacy. Quick deal. Nothing to do. And if we take a look here at... I do worry about Krokgar. Krokgar is going to be a concern once... who is it? Labaris. Once Labaris is no longer a buffer between us and them, that's definitely going to be a concern. And nobody else to terribly worry about other than who we're already at war with. So the Crookhoods are not looking all that strong right now, but they'll boost their army a little bit before we get up to Karak Peaks, unfortunately. And then, of course, we have Thorgrim. Thorgrim, as long as he's divided between us and Skarsnik, I think we can deal with him okay. Dwarf armies are obviously stronger than Skaven, but this is Über-Queek, so nothing to worry about. I do worry about my food situation a little bit, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I think we still have our commandment here getting us food. We do indeed, and we still have public order issues, which is obviously a concern. Let me go back this way. Here you're doing food as well. We got to figure out a way to get our food situation better without wasting our commandments on it, but we'll cross that bridge a little bit later. Let's go ahead and end our turn and see what the Crookhoods do here. Very good. I'm glad we got that supervisor trait for Queek. That's always a good one. Particularly with the campaign movement reduction mod that we're using. As long as Reichland doesn't discover the Undercity, then I'm happy. Don't like those heroes hanging out around my armies, but there's really nothing to be done about it. Okay, looks like Gerhardt did not start raiding us yet, so that's good. Okay, supervisor, yes, that very good. The extra 5% is definitely very much useful. Okay, so Mika got a control, that's good. Right expires, so that's actually pretty decent. We might want to do that again. We see Kazrak and the Wood Elves there, and we got a rank gained. Let's go ahead and take care of that rank while I'm thinking about it. Now this is a battle agent, so we're going to keep him in the army for now. Let's go ahead and give him Venomous Blades. I don't want to get him in... I thought about the melee defense, but we only want to be using him in fights where he's got a good advantage anyway. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and get you You have exhaustion, so obviously we're not going to want to do an assassinate this turn. Instead, we're going to get you here on them close to feet. That's interesting. Okay, so they replenished a little bit here, but only halfway, so that's good. This army is certainly very much beatable with the combined force of our armies. Let's go ahead and get you into this fight. So that's good. You'll get a little experience out of that. And then, can I get Queek close enough? That doesn't look like it would do it, but this looks like it might. I would definitely rather have him use underway stance than march stance. As long as I'm pretty sure that that would be close enough. I think it will be. Really hope I'm not miscalculating here. Okay, that's good. Very good. And now you. What about you? Do we want to get you down here? I'm not loving this. I am not loving that Gerhardt is getting stronger. No, sir, I don't like it. Okay. Let's see. Do we want to get Mika down into this fight? Or do we want... I want to leave him up here because next turn we probably can get Queek up here in another fight against Gerhardt. We just have to keep an army close enough to be able to attack Gerhardt. So I think I'm going to forego getting Mika down here and getting him some additional experience. It's fine. Let's go ahead and fight this battle. Decisive victory. It should not be a settlement battle. It's not. It's a field battle. 2 minutes, 41 seconds for Queek to come into the combat. Let's go ahead and fight it. Obviously, we want Queek's army to do the heavy lifting here. So, Pestelikich, we will keep him back. We're not going to corner camp, but we are going to back up to the edge and see whether or not Spite Pigkissa here and his army come towards us, or whether they wait for us. Either one, quite frankly, is fine with me. No, don't start battle. Let's go ahead and get our defensive line here kind of set up. Queek coming in right here. We should be okay right here, I would think. Let's go ahead and get you actually on this flank. And let's get you guys like this. Start battle, speed up. He's not coming towards us. That suits me fine. If I think to, I will speed up this footage right for this part of the battle until our reinforcements get here. And Queek. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay. Just going to slow it down long enough to get our formation arranged. Let's go ahead and get Queek over here to the front. The two of you plus all of the chieftains. You're all number 1. You're all my main strike force here. Let's get you up front and center. Now, let's go ahead and get all of... I don't really see, quite frankly, I don't see any reason to be particularly elaborate with how we're going to do this. Let's go ahead and move you guys closer. Let's get all of you in a great big line here, like so. No reason to run. Let's go ahead and get you off on the flank here. And then we'll get you up to here. our assassins. We're going to put you on 2. And we're going to try to sneak you around over here. Maybe we can hit something from behind later. Okay, now we can speed back up again. Now I think what I'm going to do, this is going to take the longest, is for our Plague Claw catapult to get close enough to start launching at them. It ain't fast, but we'll get there. We don't want to be, I mean, I don't want to do anything too sophisticated. This battle doesn't really warrant that, but I also don't want to get too cavalier and take more casualties than we really should be taking. So I do want to not be stupid. Okay, we're not going to be close enough from here. But what we can do is we will just keep moving him. Let's go ahead and get our guys back here. You keep going until you're close enough to launch at those orc biggins. Should only take a few more seconds. Okay, by a few more seconds, I misunderestimated there, so now it's only going to be a few more seconds. In fact, let's also look to see where we're going to want to do our Menace Belows. I think maybe I'll save them for when I can get a good clean shot at their back line. I don't know who exactly that will be. They don't really have tons of missile troops, do they? In fact, they might not have any. I should have paid more attention to that. Okay, well, we'll just keep hitting those big uns until they get tired of us hitting them. Okay, looks like they're coming now. Now, I do want to start hitting the trolls, but let's go ahead and bring you back to here, and everybody else except for you can move just a little, just a squidge further up. Speed up again. And make sure I understand exactly what I'm looking at here. So we definitely want these guys hitting the trolls. Trolls are very susceptible to... Where's our best spear units? I guess we've got some halberds over here and some halberds over here. Other than that, you guys... Where's our other spear units? Do we not have any spear? Yes, good. You guys are spear units. Let's get you over here. And you as well. So all you guys are going to be on the trolls. You guys are going to be our left flank now. You guys are going to get... like so. Plenty of units here. I got plenty of units. You guys can probably start to creep forward a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and run most of you there, but some of you get here. Let's go ahead and get our guys firing onto them. You guys both get on those trolls. You get on those trolls. Okay, I think we got enough going on here with all of our units here. We can just start randomly attacking everything. Yeah, you guys just fine right there. You guys get in there. You guys, you know what I should be doing here is I should be using any abilities that we have. What is this? Oh, that's pretty good, okay. Yeah, most of these not making too much of a difference here. Okay. They do have some ranged units. Let's go ahead and get you firing at the ranged units. Let's also go ahead and get Menace Below on them. What are we fighting here? Oh, Night Goblin Archers. Yeah, actually get on them. Okay, I'm assuming that we should be pretty much winning all over the place here. Okay, you guys get in there. You can plow forward here. You shoot at those trolls. Okay, really the right flank is the only place where there's that big... Well, right here, this is a little bit of a concern. It's just goblins, but even so. Let's get you actually now firing over on them. We ought to win on the left flank. We ought to be winning pretty handily there in the middle. Let's go ahead and get a another Menace Below going here. You guys go ahead and get on those Goblin Archers. You guys, yeah, just wipe out those Night Goblins. You guys are winning there on the right flank. So we got this little fight right there. We got this little fight right here. Here in the middle, Queek, you can go ahead and do this. We want to make sure that we get rid of... Where's their enemy lord? Did we already take care of the enemy lord? Looks like we might have. Get over here then. Yeah, you guys stay firing on those trolls. We don't want the trolls to come back in. You guys can now hit them from behind. Let's go ahead and get you hitting them as well. We'll just surround these troops right here. Why are they not... Oh, right here. They're still fighting us right here. Let's get you guys back. Okay, and you go ahead and hit them as well. This ought to be shattered over there pretty soon. We got the middle well taken care of. It's really just over here. And you guys can get in, hit them from behind, and that will probably break them and end this battle. Let's go ahead and watch the last bit of fighting going on here. They're getting hit from behind. It's a little bit dark, isn't it? Okay. Very good. We took our time, we fought it intelligently, and we took minimal casualties. Destroying a couple of troll units, as well as 5 Orc Biggin units. And a Lord. It's a nice little victory. That will definitely hurt the Crookhoods. And we ought to get some decent money and experience out of it. Okay, so we... Oh, 17 food as well. That's great. Okay, feeling a lot better about our food situation now. We are all the way up to 55%. Okay. So let's go ahead and... Ooh, that's the question. What do we want to occupy this as? I actually think we want to occupy it as just a tier 1 because of our food situation. Wait a minute, I didn't even pay attention to what that last trait... Okay. Assured Assailant. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Definitely take that. Got lots and lots of ranks. Definitely take that. Oh, that's what it was. It was the Bone Breaker. Okay, so we need to make sure here that we're taking you off of Bone Breaker. Ognog the Blade. Okay. Alright. This army, Über-Queek's army here, is looking pretty good now. I do want to get more Storm Vermin into this army, but for now, definitely our strongest army by far. Let's go ahead and get Oh, I know what I needed to do is I need to get the recruitment duration down for the storm vermin. That'll be good. We can now start recruiting them at 1 turn instead of 2 turns. So here, let's go ahead and take, I think maybe, I think I might give you Blade Master, make you just tougher in combat. You, Colossal Strike. Colossal Strike. Fervor. Okay, you can't give you replenished troops. We'll give you more. We'll give you elusive. Okay. And you guys now, I don't know what I'm going to specialize with him just yet, so we'll continue to give you maybe... Well, we will be fighting against dwarfs and possibly lizardmen, so that's maybe not a terrible idea, but no, I'm going to give you leadership, I think, for now. Yeah, I think the extra leadership is good, and then here, let's give you Blade Shield. And you... Okay, we can't give you anything else here. We'll give you replenished troops. For those rare times like now when you are actually in the army. Alright. We could go ahead and do our dominating scheme again. That would help our food situation a little bit, as well as our growth. Something to think about. We can't really move anybody else right now. So it's just a question of what is best for our money. This is probably worth doing, so if we do this, can we afford both? I'm going to do it. And now I can no longer afford to upgrade Sump Pit. That's fine. Not really that big of a deal. Okay, 8 peaks, not going to do anything there. Okay, here we could possibly upgrade Dringo Rakaz. This building right here, it is a little bit more than a 10-turn payoff. Why are we suffering so much from public order? Youch. Okay, I'm gonna have to anticipate a rebellion here and keep an army close enough to deal with it when it happens. Unless, does anything here help public order? This does. Efficient planning helps public order. Okay. So that's something that we could switch to next turn, maybe. Not going to do it just yet. This will be nice when that's done. And back to here. We can't afford anything. Okay, I think what we'll do then is we'll just save our 1400 for now. And go ahead and check our diplomacy situation out. We're at 68. What is Thorgrim's at 64. Crookhoods are at 71. So we're all, us and our enemies, we're all pretty well even up right now. Let's go ahead and end our turn. So step 1 complete. Both 1A and 1B. We took Sump Pit back, and we destroyed the army in the process. Step 2. Next turn, hopefully. Be able to attack Gerhardt. I think. Unless he's recruits some more and ends up being way stronger than I think he is. I mean, that's going to be a strong army. Gerhardt's army is definitely not going to be a slouch. But we are Über-Queek. I don't love that he's in encampment stance, but nothing to be done about that. Maybe he'll switch to raiding now. Nope. The wall fails. Interesting. I wonder what his target was. Okay, so Reichland and Balthazar Gelt are now allies, not surprising. Carrick Cadrin and Sylvania, that's interesting, okay. And then we encountered Cathay just because of a merchant caravan. Okay, so here we go. Queek, you cannot get there in any other way other than march stance. Well, obviously march stance is what we want to do. So let's go ahead and get you up to here. Here, now do we want to use Cunning Agent here to try to assassinate? 55%, it will cost 291. Or do we want to leave him? I may leave him in the army because we're going to fight another battle this turn, hopefully, unless Gerhardt retreats. If we move you up to here, and okay, you guys, you got, wow, look at this, you got 4 Black Orc units, you got gunpowder units, you got mortars. Still, only a level 1 Lord. We can win that, but those Black Orcs are going to be... They're going to be tough. They're going to be tough. Well, we'll hit them mostly with our chieftains, I think. Our Storm Vermin will do okay against the Black Orcs, but not... Even with the buffs that they get from Queek, I don't... This is going to be a really good test, actually. Let me put it like that. This is going to be a good test of how our Storm Vermin, with the buffs that Queek gives them, can fare against good Black Orc units. And then the rest of our army will obviously try to overwhelm all of his ranged units, so that's what we're going to do. I believe Gerhard is not at war with anybody yet, so we can't really get anybody to pay us any money for going to war against them. They are not. Well, then we will go ahead and declare war on them ourselves.
I will not obey.
And everybody will join the fight. Let's see whether or not they retreat. They do indeed retreat, but I think we can still get there. First of all, let's make sure that Queek can get there. Okay, he is now close enough. Let's get you close enough. If I can find a spot to click on here. Okay, are you now close enough? Yes, everyone is close enough. Okay, here we go. Another battle. Lots of fighting in this episode. Alright, we have no banners to apply. We got a nice strong force. It's going to obviously be a field battle. Oh, it's going to be an ambush. Well, this is going to be... Okay. This is going to be one of those situations where I'm a little bit torn. I don't want them to run away. I'd rather do the fighting. I'd rather win the battle by fighting. But I can't exactly go charging in with my starting force, because my starting force would get absolutely destroyed. So we're going to have to be over here where Queek can come in. Queek come in at 240. You guys are a little bit after that. Okay. So yeah, let's see what they do. I'm assuming maybe the mortars will stop and fire at us, but I would not be terribly surprised if all they do is turn around and run away. And that would be a bit of a shame. But we're going to find out, and what we're going to do is we're going to move forward so that we can actually make ourselves visible. Okay, they do see us. We are now going to move because those mortars are going to start launching at us, I believe. Okay, speed back up. Are they retreating? No, they're not. They're pulling back, but I can't really tell yet if they're going to actually retreat. Speed up. They're not exactly leaving the battle yet. Okay, I do want to kind of zigzag a bit here. So that those mortars don't have a clear shot. Okay, who are they shooting at? Who are the mortars shooting at? They're shooting at these guys. See if you can get away. Alright. How we looking here? We still got another minute, a little less than a minute for Queek. Now maybe we can get a... yeah, we can get a menace below in on those mortars. That'll be nice. It won't take very long for those black orcs to turn around and destroy them, but... what are they doing? A little hard to tell there. Okay. These black orcs are continuing to move in the direction of Queek's army, so that suits me fine. These mortars are... if they're going to stay there, we'll hit them with a menace below as well. Okay, let's speed up. Queek is down to... okay, here he comes. Alright, so we want to take our... slow down here. Let me take our best storm vermin unit. That's you guys. Queek's children. Queek's children, we want you to get in on...
lose your head.
on their black orcs there. Let's get you guys over here for when Queek's children starts to struggle. Okay, over here now. We're doing fine. They're all running away. Let me see if I can stop those mortars from getting away. Okay, at least we're going to have a little bit of a fight. You guys can now start flanking. Okay, get in there. Get in there, and you guys destroy those mortars. Looks like these guys already, unfortunately, I lost my my menace below down there. However, yeah, if you get in there, you can actually... Okay, so we got not exactly the best test of us against their black orcs, huh? All right, well, I did the best I could to make that a real fight, but unfortunately, the enemy just melted away. They were overwhelmed by the mighty Skaven forces arrayed against them. More like they were terrified of the massive numbers of their enemy, and they scattered to the hills. I love ambushing with the Skaven, but the sad thing is I do often feel like I'm deprived of good fights. And since I play this game because I love the fights, I love fighting big battles, it's a bit of a shame. We did manage to destroy one mortar unit, and obviously we actually destroyed all their units because that army is just going to disintegrate. Faction destroyed, right? Scrying stone, okay. Ambush success chance, very good. That works for me. Potion of foolhardiness. Okay. So we have, in this episode, we have accomplished both Step 1 and Step 2 of our 3-step plan, so I feel pretty good about that. Now here, unfortunately, we can't get far enough with any of our units to actually to attack that Cathayan caravan. However, I think that You get a lot less money now for destroying caravans than you used to, I believe, is what I've noticed. So I would attack it if we could, but I guess it's really not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and keep moving Queek to the maximum distance here. And maybe with Pestilicage as well. Let's go ahead and get Mika. I'm going to sneeze, I think. Let's get Mika moving back here to where he can maybe help out once the rebellion happens. I guess I'm not going to sneeze after all. Alright, so I just want you to stay close enough to where you can be supported by Queek if for some reason an enemy army attacks us. We have very little in the way of replenishing that needs to happen, so that's good. We have not very much money, but we have at least enough now where we can upgrade Sump Pit. And down here, Karak Azul, I want to get that garrison building built. That's the highest priority. But we have 2 open slots, so let's go ahead and maybe also do the growth. No, we're not going to need the growth at all, are we? We'll go ahead and do let's do one of these. Can't afford this, but that's probably the priority. Actually, it would be nice to be able to build some Plague Claw catapults. Yeah, I think I'm going to save the money. Well, I could build this. This gives... Nah. Weapon teams are really not the priority for Queek. A higher priority is definitely going to be siege weapons. So I think this is the building that I want along with the garrison. Okay. Alright, so we'll just save the rest of our money for now. From a strategic perspective, as long as we don't go to war with Skarsnik anytime soon, we're looking pretty good. We are going to have to figure out what our plan is going to be against Karak 8 Peaks. I don't think that Queek is strong enough to be able to take... Well, in fact, I'm sure he's not strong enough to be able to take both that garrison, which is extremely strong, and Morglum backstab his army at the same time. So that's a bit of a shame. We'll have to figure out what we want to do about it, but for now we can actually go ahead and get our assassin moving up this way. At the very least we can start raiding, so that maybe we'll draw out Morglum. That would be nice. I think maybe if I go into ambush stance with Queek and I raid with Pestilicage, maybe that would draw out Morglum. I think that's worth a try anyway. Building upgrade, yes we know. Undercity upgrade, yes we know. Let's take a look at our diplomacy. Court of Labars, okay, they are now wiped out militarily, so it's only a matter of time until they'll be destroyed. That's unfortunate, but maybe we'll get some money from them? Nope, not worth it. Not worth it. Okay, we need to be prepared for Krokgar pretty soon, which means Misty Mountain here. We're going to want to get you up to the third tier of the garrison building. And we may want to get a lord recruited down there as well. Okay, let's go ahead and end our turn and see what if anything the Crookhoods do. All right, pretty uneventful end turn for the most part here. He's moving his heroes, but not actually doing anything with them. It does preclude us being able to go into ambush stance with Queek, however. That's unfortunate. And then Court of Labaris, you did your little attrition thingy. That's fine. Hero capacity. Okay, so we should definitely try to get some plague priests recruited, shouldn't we? We got lots of capacity for them now. A bone to pick, income from all buildings. That's good. We'll take that. All right, let's rethink here. Where was it? It was down here. Karak Asgol. What lets us recruit the plague priests? It's this right here, right? Yeah. Okay, so maybe Pox Cauldron is the way to go, rather than this. Well, one thing's for sure, we need to prioritize that first. Under no circumstances do we want to allow our biggest cities to fall. So all three of our provincial capitals, our walled cities, they all are going to have garrisons. So that's good. Now, you can... Let's see if we can have any success attacking 55%. It costs 291. Let's try it. Oh, got another success. Wow. I am not used to success with my field agents. Okay, we'll give you replenished troops. Now, Queek, we're going to put you into ambush stance. Maybe not yet. Maybe we wait a turn. You, we want to get you... Can you make it into their territory and do some raiding? We can indeed. Very good. And then Queek. Let's go ahead and get you into ambush stance as far away from the enemy hero as possible. Don't know whether you're going to be close enough or not. Trespassing. Please tell me we're raid. Yeah, we're raiding. Oh, we actually did. We cross into Black Iron Mine on our way into Karak 8 Peaks. Well, sorry about that. Oh well. Well, hopefully that doesn't tick him off to the point where he declares war on us. It shouldn't. And if it does, that gives us the excuse to take Black Iron Mine, which is what we need to finish off this province anyway. I just would rather not be at war with Skarsnik until we take care of Crookhood's tribe first. Now, back to you. You can... I think we'll keep you moving in this direction. Maybe you can get the supervisor trait as well. That would be nice. Everybody has moved to their fullest extent, it looks like. We have no money with which to do anything from a building perspective. We are 2 turns away from getting Sump Pit larger. 1 turn away from Crooked Fang Fort being closer to being impregnable. 4 turns away for Karak Asgol. Okay. Not really a whole lot more to do. Compared to the first 2 turns, that turned out to be a pretty uneventful turn.
The goddess wills it.
Nothing to do there. Okay, I'm just hoping Labaris holds out for a little bit longer because I don't want to divert any armies southward to deal with Krokgar. We're at 54%. I am going to go ahead... I'm going to go ahead and switch to efficient planning here. We'll start losing food. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it at food for now. The food is more important than the little bit of an impact it'll make on public order. All right. What are we looking at? I didn't pay attention to here to our objectives. So we're not too far away from getting the mightiest fortress. We do have an enemy, I'm sorry, a fourth lord to recruit. 2 quest battles, be at war with the Sires of Morcaine, and we got lots of recruiting that we need to do. Okay, alright. We'll get there in time. All in good time. Okay, Reichland. I'll have to check to see who Reichland and Balthasar are at war with. Always good to keep eyes on the Empire. They can either get destroyed very early or they can become very powerful. Okay, here we go. Where are you headed? You didn't pull me out of ambush stance. Interesting. Okay, Confederation and Cathay. Confederation between Warzag and the Scabii tribe. Warzag's probably quite strong now. Leadership bonus, that's good. And we got our garrison building built. So let's take a look here at Warzag. Okay, so Thorgrim has gotten a little bit stronger. Okay, yeah, Warzag, very strong. He's got 11 settlements. He's the strongest of the greenskins that we've met. I wonder how Grimgor's doing. And Skarsnik is really probably slightly losing towards Thorgrim in whatever fighting they're doing. He's certainly not gaining lots of settlements, that's for sure. And then I just wanted to check out. So Reichland is at war with 4 different factions, of course. Festus, Cults of the Deceiving Horror, that might be the Changeling, I'm not sure. Warherd of the One Eye, that's obviously Khazrak. And then the Norskins, okay. And, oh, New Solon, Balthasar is actually also at war with Sylvania. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, we got enough time, I think, to do this turn. I do want to continue to try to... I don't think we're going to be able to go into ambush stance here very easily, so instead what we will do... Let's go ahead and get him raiding... Let's move you a little bit closer. So we're now going to be raiding with 2 of our armies. Get us a little bit of money, but also get us food. And just continue to move us closer to our objective. He's still got plenty of public order, unfortunately. But we're getting, 600 gold per turn out of the raiding, so that's a good thing. You've got exhaustion, so I don't want to try to assassinate again this turn. But we'll move you up to here.
Sneak, scurry.
Definitely would like to get these guys in into a field battle. And in particular with Queek's army. Now let's go ahead and move you... Let's move you down to here. This is going to get us 1 public order, which is enough to stop the deteriorating public order. Which will have to be good enough for now. I still cannot build either one of these just yet. Although I could do this, which would help a little bit with our income situation. But not enough, it's not really worth it. Okay. Yeah, you're actually going to be a concern. Our public order here is going to be a concern. Maybe not. The provincial instability will slowly decrease. We could build this. The question is, do I want a rebellion to happen here? It's probably not a bad thing because we'll fight another battle. Battles are good for us. I think I'm going to leave it. I'm almost even tempted to demolish this and replace it with something else so that our rebellion happens sooner. Until I get in a better position to be able to launch an attack on Karak 8 Peaks, I'm okay with fighting battles over here. But long term, we're definitely going to want that building in there. So I guess I'll leave it. I'm liking our predicted income, however. Our income is in better shape. Once we get our next level of this garrison building built here and the rest of these settlements built up a little bit better, be in better shape then to recruit more storm vermin into Queek's army. And meanwhile, we'll just look for an opportunity to do something here against Karak 8 Peaks. So, let's go ahead and take a look here. I said we're going to do Cadre of Hinchrats next. Let me actually, while I'm thinking about it, let me check to see, can we hire more chieftains yet? We cannot. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. I want to save the money that I've got so that we can build down here. Alright, let's go ahead and check diplomacy again. We'll have one last end turn.
Libaris shall rise again.
Speaking of Libaris rising again, how close are you to never being able to rise again ever? Well, you're strength 123, which is better than you were, but still pretty awful compared to Krokgar, who is 27. And only at war with them, so Krokgar probably being a little bit more aggressive in this campaign than he is in our Thorek campaign. Let's go ahead and end our turn, and this will have to do it for this episode, unfortunately. We did get Supervisor with Mika, great. Okay, Reichland, still can't really see what they're doing there, but they have all kinds of enemies. Probably fought Festus, that's my guess. Okay, so interesting, we now have Skarsnik in here raiding Karak 8 Peaks as well. I wonder if the three armies together doing raiding will start to get their attention. Did they reconquer Valea Sorrow? Boy, that would be nice. Okay, so Mika got Supervisor, we got Population Surplus, and we got the Nest Lair built. That's good. That's Sump Pit. Okay, so let's take a look at this now. Nope. His army looks like got crushed trying to attack Valea Sorrow. Did a little bit of damage, but otherwise lost. So that's highly unimpressive there by these guys. From a public order standpoint, look at that. They still are getting a positive public order. It's because they have a 20 stack, and this is their only settlement. Okay, well, we actually got less income from the raiding because of Skarsnik doing some raiding as well, but maybe we can figure out a way to make Skarsnik's army here work to our advantage. One way might possibly be to take out that hero unit with our assassin, and then we could go into ambush stance. We have a little bit more to do down here to build up our main southern area settlements here. We need to get We need to get this building right here built in Carrick-Asgol, and we need to get better defenses for the inevitability of Kroq-Gar attacking us. He's already taken Lamia, so that's a concern. He will be attacking us here very, very soon, I am afraid. And we'll deal with it when it happens. He's not overly strong right now, so that's great. And Lamia, or excuse me, the Court of Labaris, you're down to 1 territory, which is presumably Lamia. Yeah, looks like Lamia is the only one that you've got left, so... Alright, well anyway, plenty to do here. We accomplished 2 of our 3 steps in this episode. We'll worry about step 3 in the next episode, so I will go ahead and say thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you then.